Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Moritz Seider and him possibly being Germany's next hockey stud. Now there's some fantastic stories in the 2019 NHL draft, but few are as good as Moritz Seider. So how good is he really, and is he actually Germany's next hockey stud? Watch till the end to find out. Now, Moritz Seider is one of the most interesting stories in this 2019 NHL draft, being one of the best defensemen available while also being born in Germany, which does not happen often. Now, Seider was born in Zell, Germany, a small town that roughly has around 4,300 people. Seider right now is age 18, plays as, of course, a defenseman, 6'4", 198 pounds. In the DEL, he played with Adler Mannheim this season and actually won the DEL championship, which at age 18 is very, very impressive. Now, in the DEL this season, Seider ended up playing 29 games, getting 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. In the playoffs, he played 14 games, getting 5 assists for 5 points. And the World Junior Championships Division 1 team with Team Germany this season, he played 5 games, getting 1 goal, 6 assists for 7 points, being the team captain of that team and leading them into, I'm pretty sure, promotion, which next year means that he'll be playing in the World Junior Championships, the actual World Junior Championships with Team Germany. And while 6 points in 29 DEL games might not jump out as this fantastic stat line or anything, it is actually pretty solid for a player that was 17 for a decent chunk of the regular season. He was playing that young, being a defenseman. He doesn't even specialize really in offense too much, and that stat line is actually pretty impressive. Playing against professional men's in a professional men league, those stats, while they aren't fantastic by any means, are not bad, and the offense is still certainly there. And in the playoffs, we also saw his confidence grow, playing 14 games, getting 5 assists for 5 points. That was a result of getting more ice time. Especially on the power play, and that's what led to more points, at least consistently in the playoffs, and that's what led to a much more solid play with Moritz Seider and a definitely impressive showing. In the playoffs, while I didn't get to see too much, from the highlights I saw of Moritz Seider, he was pretty solid, and of course, winning the championship with the Adler Mannheim is a pretty great accomplishment too. And a big thing to note is that this is Moritz Seider's DEL rookie season. He had a fantastic one, but had to adapt quite well to a team that ended up winning the championship, getting a bigger role in the DEL, and of course being a big part of that defense group. He also was let into that and was a result of winning the DEL Rookie of the Year award. It might have been a little bit obvious to put Moritz Seider for there, but he still had a great season and deserved that award 100%. Now, Moritz Seider is looking to be the next German-born player to be taken in the first round of the NHL draft, most recently being Dominic Bach and Leon Draisaitl. That's some pretty solid company there. But what's missing is a defenseman. Moritz Seider, being the defenseman there, could end up being the next best German defenseman since a guy like Christian Ehrhoff. And he definitely has that potential. With Germany, they really haven't produced this solid young defensive prospect in a long, long time. There's obviously been some great forward prospects come out of it, but there hasn't been that amazing defensive prospect. Moritz Seider is an exception, and it's looking like one of the best we've seen in a long, long time. Now, going back to a little bit of Germany's hockey history, the best defenseman to come out of Germany, and I think it's pretty unanimous, is Christian Ehrhoff. In his career, he ended up playing 759 games, getting 339 points. And that stat line, it wouldn't be absolutely crazy to see a guy like Moritz Seider maybe be equal to a guy like Christian Ehrhoff, or be even better than that. I think when it comes to Moritz Seider, there's a lot of potential there to not just be one of the best German players to come out of it, but one of the best German defensemen of all time. And Moritz Seider definitely deserves the hype that he has right now, from me, from other scouts, from anyone. While he's not this dynamic Erik Karlsson-like offensive defenseman, he gets the job done and is very solid in all 3 zones, and has potential to be one of the best two-way defensemen in the NHL for a long, long time. And yes, while he certainly isn't the flashy defenseman that a Bowen Byram or a Cam York might be, he's able to get the job done. And for a guy of his age in the DEL to be as impressive as he was, both offensively and defensively, speaks towards his work ethic, speaks towards the talent that he has right now. And while guys like Cam York and Bowen Byram are playing against younger players, while they're good competition, Moritz Seider obviously has that experience against men a whole heck of a lot more older than he was. And when it came to his Adler Mannheim team, the average age on that team was 28. Here's this kid who was 17 for a lot of that regular season coming in and still being impressive. That's how good of a player that is, and that's how much of a talented player Moritz Seider can be. Now for me personally, in my 2019 NHL mock draft, I have Moritz Seider as the 15th best prospect in this draft and the 3rd best defenseman prospect in this draft also. Now when it comes to where Moritz Seider will actually go, I think when it comes to him, he could be a pretty wide open prospect because I can see him going in the top 15. I can maybe see him dropping out of the top 20, but for me personally, I see him being a late 10s pick to early 20s pick, being around that 18th spot to maybe 22 or 23. Now, 3 teams that I think can be in that range, that 18 to 23 range, that would likely be picking him are teams like the New York Rangers that had Winnipeg's pick. They could be a team that wants more defensive help and could use a guy like Moritz Seider on that defensive group. You also got a team like Calgary who might want to rebuild with that defense as guys like Mark Giordano go past their prime. And last but not least, a team like Pittsburgh who needs the defensive help, but Moritz Seider on Pittsburgh would be absolutely disgusting. Now, no matter what NHL team ends up drafting him, his path to the NHL will likely take a little bit more time than some others. I'm thinking Moritz Seider takes at least 2 years after his draft year to get to the NHL. At least 2. I'm thinking 3 years is a sweet spot when he's 21, 22. I'm thinking that's when he's making his NHL debut and becomes a full-time starter. Again, I think it might take some more time. He definitely is not NHL ready. He could use some time maybe in the CHL, maybe even the AHL, but even in DEL, he's played quite well. But even to that point, I still think he is some time off away from doing that. I would love to see Moritz Seider play as like a 19-year-old in the NHL, but I'm not sure if that is really realistic. But give Moritz Seider 3 years to develop in the CHL, the AHL, whatever it might be, and he'll be an absolute amazing player once he makes the full stage. And I'm thinking that'll be the case if he goes to a team like a Calgary who already has a very solid defense. They can maybe wait to put him maybe in the minors for a couple of years and wait for him to actually develop and be ready for that. It depends on the team, to be honest, whether he'll be in the NHL in a couple of years or maybe even 4 years. It'll depend, but with Moritz Seider, I feel like once he makes the NHL, his impact will be known, and for the team that has him, the impact will be obvious. And when it comes to an NHL comparison of a player, I like to compare Moritz Seider to an Alex Edler, who at no point in their careers is a top 5 defenseman, but a very underappreciated one and a very solid one at that. Defensively, in the neutral zone, and of course offensively and on the power play. While I've seen some big comparisons to obviously Christian Ehrhoff, the German defenseman, I feel like Alex Edler is a guy that Moritz Seider will likely become, at least potential-wise and in the NHL. And while he might not be this Erik Karlsson or this Rasmus Dahlin-like prospect, I still think that is okay. He doesn't have to be a guy like an Erik Karlsson to still be a solid defenseman, and Moritz Seider is that. Very solid in his own end, very solid in the neutral zone, and very good on the power play and on the offensive end. And I feel like that's what Moritz Seider, he'll kind of specialize his game in. Not being exceptional in anything, but being very solid in every single category, and that's something that a lot of teams can use, that bona fide backbone defenseman. They can do a lot of different things, and that's what I believe Alex Edler can be at some points when he is healthy, and that's what I think Moritz Seider will become. Now, barring injury, Moritz Seider should be one of the best defensemen coming out of this 2019 NHL draft, be one of the best defensemen coming out of Germany's hockey history, and have so many different responsibilities, being in the DEL, babysitting his teammates' children, being in high school, and doing all this different stuff while competing at a high level against men in a professional league, shows how hard he works, shows the work ethic that he has and the composure that he has, and shows how good he can be of a player in the National Hockey League level. And with Moritz Seider being projected to go this high in the 2019 NHL draft, to have the talent that he has at such a young age, and to be compared to guys like Christian Ehrhoff, it's pretty safe to say that right now he is Germany's next hockey stud, and is one of the next stud defensemen in the entire NHL. But of course, with this video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. So, let me know, what do you think about Moritz Seider? Where do you think he'll go in this 2019 NHL draft? Which team do you see picking him? And of course, the big question, do you think he's Germany's next hockey stud? But, if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this card right here to watch my May 2019 NHL mock draft. But, that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on Moritz Seider and if he's Germany's next hockey stud. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.